wonderful, unique song. Let me do, we talked over one other thing that we might do. Somewhere in our program back in those days, we was doing an old song called The Rainbow of Love. Now, we couldn't figure out which key to do it in today.
It don't make no difference.
Just pick one. It ain't no telling what might happen. But you gonna Haskell. You know what? Let me do this. One of the neatest young men who ever played for the Cathedrals, Haskell Cooley. Would you welcome him to stage? I'll introduce Haskell a little bit more properly a moment ago because he's coming up with the next quartet. But here is a little man, but he's a giant. What song was we going to sing? Did we figure out a key to do it in?
It don't make no difference. Put it in B and we'll be flatted.
Since his wife is sitting down here, it always reminds me every time the other night she was making a cake and she ran out of milk and she sent late at night. There's an all-night store open down there and she said, "Honey, run and get me a quart of milk." And it stays open all night and it's late. Glenn off the cats took off, didn't take his billfold, no identification. On the way back, he was having a routine traffic check, just checking license. And Glenn didn't have his billfold with him, no driver's license. The patrolman talked to him a while, and finally the patrolman said, "Sir, do you have any ID?" And Glenn said, "About what?" I love old people, doesn't it? Here's an old song called The Rainbow of Love.
Shining every day, all along the way, there's a rainbow. There's a rainbow of perfect love on the land and sea, shines for you and me. There's a rainbow. There's a rainbow of perfect love. There's a rainbow shining of love with golden lining pointing to, it's always pointing heaven above, to heaven above, shining through the clouds that gather, every cloud, it's stormy weather. There's a rainbow. There's a rainbow of love. When we cross the tide on the other side, there's a rainbow. There's a rainbow of perfect love, shining on and on round the great white throne. There's a rainbow. There's a rainbow of love. There's a rainbow shining of love with golden light pointing to, it's always pointing heaven above, to heaven above, shining through the clouds that gather.
We've stood around and cried and hugged and laughed with George and Glenn and Bobby and George and I. We're honored. We're so honored to be here today to pay respect and honor to them. But Van Lua Payne and Clara Yonts, the wives of Glenn and George respectively, I think if anybody deserves an extra star in the crown, it will be